I think that's pretty generally agreed on. That's been the most abused little section of Terravilla.
Hi guys! Welcome back sa ating video at sa video na to, pag-uusapan nga natin yung mga possible updates na mangyayari sa Chapter 2.5 dahil nga kung hindi magkakaproblema or walang magiging delay si Pixels is lalabas na nga to sa October 15 and ayun na nga ilang araw na lang is Chapter 2.5 na and haalamin natin kung ano nga ba yung mga pwedeng mangyari at kung paano nga ba natin ito paghahandaan. Okay, so bago ang lahat guys, make sure to like, follow and subscribe sa ating Facebook and YouTube channel for more Pixels content and other Web3 gaming contents. Okay, so pumunta na tayo sa AMA ni Pixels.
The first update of Chapter 2.5 on October 15th, and then we're gonna try. I'm gonna push for weekly updates, but it'll probably be realistically bi-weekly updates that are gonna be pushing out bigger features. So these are things like new Taskboard. We have a new feature that we're working on that's going to add some more endgame content like merchant ships. We're going to be working on things like industry limits. Basically, Chapter 2.5, the intention behind it is basically to make sure that we fix some of the game economy, and then we can start to focus on more of the fun features. So once Chapter 2.5 is done, then we can start to work on more of the fun stuff.
So ayun nga guys, so sinasabi nga ni Luke dito na October 15 na nga yung first update ng Chapter 2.5 and itatry nila mag-update bi-weekly. So gusto rin Luke dito weekly pero I think mas possible daw na bi-weekly and regular updates after. So ayun nga guys, so kung narinig nyo, may mga sinabi siya dito na mga merchant shifts which is di pa natin talaga sure kung ano ibig sabihin nun. And yung mga industry limits which is mamaya babanggitin pa ni Luke yan. Kung ano ba yung mga ili-limit na industries. Okay, so tuloy natin.
But basically, Chapter 2 is in a state where it's broken enough where we had to spend some time fixing all of this. We gotta get scrappy and dirty again like we were for all of Pixel's history, right? And what that means is we're gonna release some stuff that doesn't work right away. And the promise that we have to make to you guys and to ourselves inside of the team is we have to respond quickly. So we might release stuff that looks a little wrong at first, but we have to build trust with you guys, the players again.
So ayun guys, so sinasabi lang ni Luke dito na kung alam nyo dati sa mga Chapter 1 players or Chapter 2 or early Chapter 2 players, you see, yung team ni Pixels is mabilis talaga sila mag-update and halos everyday may update and halos everyday talagang meron silang parang response or back-end changes agad kapag may hindi sila nagustuhan or may nagustuhan sila, talaga mabilis sila mag-response or mag-respond. And unlike ngayon, which is parang sobrang nakukulangan nga tayo or parang nababagalan nga tayo sa update, diba? So, di ko alam kung ako lang, pero dati kasi talaga sila Look, ang bilis nilang mag-update, ang bilis nilang magdagdag ng features, or ang bilis nilang magtanggal ng mga bagay-bagay. Pero sa ngayon guys, medyo mabagal sila and talagang parang sobrang ingat nila sa mga ginagawa nila kaya di natin basta-basta nararamdaman yung mabilis na update. So yun daw ngayon, parang itutuloy daw nila ngayon yung ganong parang attitude nila na mabilis sila mag-update and para magiging mas scrappy nga daw sila, which is parang maglalagay sila ng update and tsaka pa lang nila i-check kung talagang gagana. Parang ganoon yung mangyayari guys. Pero ang key dito is talaga maging mabilis yung response nila and mas mabilis yung pag-update nila. So yun guys.
That we will fix it quickly. So a lot of economy stuff going on there. Now, a point that I want to make too on the transaction fees. So some people pointed out that VIP, we had said that the transaction fees will be 1% on VIP, right? So what we're going to do with that is we're going to respect if you purchased VIP and you have an active VIP subscription, we are going to keep your transaction fee down. So we said 1% when you went out and purchased it. It's not fair for us to change something that we promised when you went to purchase it. We know that some of you purchased VIP.
So ayun guys, so medyo nagkamali nga tayo sa video natin kahapon dahil nga sinabi ko na baka naka-apekto yung Pixels Pet or yung ating NFT avatar sa pagpapababa ng transaction fees natin and hindi pa kasi natin napanood yung part na to ng AMA, which is ayun nga, binalik daw pala nila talaga to 1% yung mga VIPs dahil tama nga naman, nung bumili tayo ng VIP, naka-promise dun or nasa feature ng VIP users is 1% lang talaga yung mga market fees. So tama lang na binalik nila, pero sa mga susunod to na bibili or yung mga bibili pa lang ngayon, hindi na ganun yung mag-a-apply. So depende na rin talaga yun sa reputation mo. Pero Pero yun nga, sa mga bumili ng VIPs beforehand or yung mga dati pa, ako kasi dati pa guys, mga April pa ako bumili and 1 year kasi yun. So ayun nga guys, 1% lang talaga yung transaction fee ko. Okay, so yun guys, sorry kung medyo na-mislead yung iba, and ayun nga, 1% pa rin talaga kapag VIP ka or nakabili ka na dati pa. Okay?
To also look at this, right? So coin and energy purchasing is one of the things that we're really actively focused on, and it ties in with the wineries and grills, right? So there's this whole energy economy inside of the game, and this is something that bots took over a little bit at one point, right? So we're going to have to make some changes to how coin and energy purchasing works. Basically, what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to introduce energy that you can purchase, like wine and other thing like that, directly from pixels. So we're going to kind of cut out some of the middlemen there, right? But what this also means is we have to change how wineries and grills work a little bit too. This has been like a lot of the debate that's been like blocking and slowing some of this down, because it's like, okay, if we do this, then it affects this, then it affects this, then it affects this. But basically, the idea here is we have to remove the public winery from Terravilla. I think that's pretty generally agreed on. That's been the most abused little section of Terravilla since Chapter 2 has come out.
So yun guys, kung narinig nyo si Luke, talagang tatanggalin na nga daw yung winery sa Terravilla dahil nga yun nga yung inaabuso talaga ng mga bots and yung mga nagmumulti accounts. And ayun nga guys, so naging concern nga talaga dito, which is yung energy and yung ating coins. So ang mangyayari nga dito guys, for more likely, ililimit na nga nila yung winery, so magiging I think single user na lang yung mga winery sa mga LANs. And also, ayun nga daw, may sinabi sila Luke dito na pwede kang bumili ng mga energy consumables like wines sa pixels mismo. So parang mga wala na ng middleman, and sa pixels ka na mismo bibili ng mga energy consumables. Okay?
And we're going to start to move some of the meta to single-use industries for energy creation again too. So grills are probably going to switch to single-use also. That's going to be a big meta change, right?
Ayun guys, so kung di nyo alam, magiging ano na daw, magiging single use na nga rin daw yung grills and yung wineries. So ayun.
I think what we're actually going to do here is we're going to start to introduce industry limits on the NFT lands again. I think we want to do it by industry type. I think that's what we've decided. So basically, we're going to make it so you can only put on like 5. These are not the right numbers. So this is the one little blocker before we actually get this out of like how many industries do we have on each land. But it might be something like, you know, only 10 mines, only like 20 trees or 50 trees, only 60 plots of soil. This is the kind of feedback that we'll need from you guys. But basically, when we start to introduce these changes, the Pixels economy is much more in the Pixels team's hands again.
So yun guys, so parang sinasabi nga ni Luke dito na magkakaroon na nga daw ng industry limits, which is lalong-lalo na sa mga NFT lands, dahil nga ngayon 'di ba, unli talaga yung mga industries na pwede mong ilagay. Like for example, unli mines, kaya may mga kikita kang mga mines or mga lands na talagang punong-puno ng wines lang. May mga lands naman na punong-puno lang ng soils. So ayun nga guys, magkakaroon na siyang limit kagaya nung chapter 1. So chapter 1 kasi guys, may limit talaga sila. And ayun nga, yun nga i-introduce ngayon, and tingin nila mas magiging okay yung economy ni Pixels or mas mababalance ka yung mga resources pag nagkaroon na nga siya ng limits. So kayo guys, anong tingin nyo dito? Okay kaya to? Kasi ayun nga, talagang babalik tayo sa limit and mag-aagawan na talaga tayo lalo sa mga industry. So hindi ko alam kung nakaka-excite yun, pero ayun, siguro kaabang-abang din. So tuloy natin.
And that way we can actually start to introduce, you know, new meta changes that we can control and that you guys will have a better experience for. And then Taskboard changes this too. So Taskboard V2 will be coming out. Taskboard V2, there's a chance it comes out on the 15th. It might come out like the week after. But basically, it's getting tested now. Yep.
So yun guys, so more likely yan after na yan ng 15, kasi huwag na tayo masang October 15 talaga yung lalabas. Kung nagsabi naman si Luke na possible na after October 15 yan or after a week na October 15. So yun nga, abangan na lang natin tong Taskboard V2, and ayun nga, ongoing na daw siya.
People going through it, and it's going to be really, really different. So what Taskboard V2 is going to do is, one, it's going to make a lot more sense. So right now, you guys all know this, there's certain tasks that are really good to have, there's certain tasks that are terrible. Basically, they're all going to start to make sense and be pretty balanced moving forward. We had to do a full rewrite on every single task inside of the task board in order to make it actually work and be balanced. and we're also kind of like leveling out the coins too. So what's interesting about Taskboard V2 is new player coins are actually going to be a little bit easier to get than before. Like the first time user experience, the new player experience is pretty bad. Like it's actually almost impossible to get the coins you need in order to like progress through the game.
So yun guys, so ito daw Taskboard V2 is mas magiging beneficial daw sa mga new players dahil nga mas mataas na daw yung makukuha nilang mga coins sa mga task and mas mapapadali na daw sila magsimula sa game, unlike nga ngayon or yung dating Taskboard which is talagang imposible sila makapag-progress or makapag-advance sa game dahil nga sa limited coins na binibigay nga sa mga Taskboard. So guys, pumunta muna tayo sa mga question and answers na pwede nating pag-usapan about chapter 2.5.
Will the high-level players benefit from Chapter 2.5? As you may be aware, there are many players now at levels 550 to 650 and has reached the point where there is nothing left to do in game. So yeah, that's what we need to start to do too. Chapter 2.5, what we need to focus on is basically most of the economy balancing first. And then there's going to be new features coming in Chapter 2.5 also. Merchant ships is a good endgame feature that we're going to be releasing. It's not going to be like the Taskboard, but it's going to be somewhat similar. But you're going to start to earn other things inside of the game too. And it's going to be larger order quantities also. It's going to be a cool feature that we're releasing out. So that'll be in part of the Chapter 2.5 release. That one, it'll probably be more catered towards endgame players. So where we're at with the game state right now is basically...
So yun daw guys, for this naman, yung mga high level players, so ini-introduce nila dito yung merchant ships, which is parang nagkaroon ng hint dito na parang hawig siya sa Taskboard pero iba daw. Pero ayun nga, more on kinikater nito yung mga high level players or mga endgame players. And ayun nga, yun yung abangan natin. Pero bago daw yun, kailangan muna nila i-fix yung economy. And ayun nga, sana magawa nila yun. And sana maging successful sila para nga matuloy nila yung mga ganitong plano rin nila.
Basically, there are some things inside of Pixels that have worked well, right? But there's actually like a really big lack of endgame content and chase content too. So there's stages to it. The first thing that we need to do is basically like fix the issues with Pixels, and then the team can get onto the fun stuff and the new stuff, right? But I will say there's going to be some new things coming to you that should hold some attention besides the Telegram game, and I hope we can announce it within the next like month. There's just some legal that we have to get through, and then we'll announce it as soon as we get the go ahead on the legal.
Ayun guys, so may mga aabangan pa daw tayong mga I think mga games or iba pa activities sa game na para rin sa mga endgame players or para sa mga high level na wala na talagang magawa sa game. So yun nga, may mga aabangan pa daw, sabi ni Luke dito, and medyo hinihintay lang nila yung mga legal stuff na kailangan gawin, and siguro after a month dun pa lang nila pwedeng i-announce. And ayun guys.
Yeah, that'll be really fun when we get that out too. So here's some alpha. By like end of year, we'll probably have something compelling enough where there'll even be like a new NFT mint, all of this kind of stuff too. There's some stuff moving there, but I can't dig into that too much or announce any of that.
Ayun daw guys, by end of the month, possible daw magkaroon ng mga NFT mint. So ayun na naman, so baka gastos na naman yan. So hindi ko sure, baka parang pet lang yan, nagagastusan mo na naman ng pixel para lang makamint ka. Pero ayun guys, abangan na lang natin kung ano pa yung mga pwede nilang gawin dito before the end of the year. So yun guys, pumunta na muna tayo sa mga question and answers na pwede nating tingnan lang muna sa ating Discord. So ito guys, iba mga tanong nila na hindi na natin papanoorin and babasahin na lang natin. Okay, so unang tanong guys is... So ito yung unang tanong guys, when will you give us the lands for Barney's Bazaar event? So this week, Luke's fault it's not out yet. So ayun nga guys, sa mga nanalo ng lands, congratulations, and this week daw siya ipapamigay. Then there should be more than just VIP needed for the best tax bracket. Future baseline tax is going to stay up for everyone, including VIP. It'll be a combination of VIP etc. to get better tax brackets. But players who purchased VIP before will stay loyal to the 1%. So yun nga guys, sinabi ko kanina, basta nakabili ka na ng VIP dati pa or before no announcement or before no week na to, 1% pa rin kayo. So when Guild Crop Wars Season 2, so yun nga, reworking daw sila. And ayan, then don't break us on October 15 bro, please no more extensions, it's way too long of waiting. So, ang sagot nila dito is, we know the motivation and pressure is good, but we know we need to get something out on October 15. So, yun nga guys, sana hindi ma-delay or sana talaga maramdaman natin yung mga changes na mangyayari sa October 15 kasi nga, hinihintay na talaga natin to and talaga naghahanap na tayo ng update galing sa kanila. Okay, so yun lang naman yung video na to guys. So, sana na-update kayo and sana nakapag-prepare kayo para sa chapter 2.5. Kung nagustuhan yung video na to, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe sa ating Facebook and YouTube channel for more Pixels content and other Web3 gaming content. Okay, so thank you sa panonood guys and see you on my next video. Bye-bye!